This is a story of a flower whose very name conjures up images of love, faith, war, and beauty. Its intoxicating scent is as universally recognizable as its sublime, rounded shape. With a history stretching back to the beginning of time, our fascination with this flower continues today. This is the story of history's most celebrated flower. This is the story of the antique rose. When the wind blows across the rolling hills of Albrighton, near Wolverhampton in England, there's a familiar perfume that fills the air, like a garden full of roses. That's exactly what this perfume is. These are the gardens and nursery of David Austin, probably the most important rose breeder in the world today. In the last 30 years alone, David Austin roses have introduced over 100 new cultivars. Although their main focus is modern roses, they still retain one of the best collections of antique roses in the world. So what is it about the antique rose that David Austin and others want to preserve and cherish? Without a doubt, it's the form and perfume of these ancient flowers. The name antique or old rose refers to the shrub roses that were developed prior to the arrival of repeat blooming tea roses in the 1800s. These older European roses are often from the Gallica, Damask, Alba, Bourbon, and Centifolia groups. Most antique roses have buds that open like a small cup with petals that develop inside. As the flower gradually opens, it may remain cupped, become flat, or even reflex at the edges to form a dome-shaped flower. Regardless, from the first bud to the final sprinkling of petals, the beauty of the antique rose is breathtaking, and its rich fragrance intoxicating. The rose is the measure of civilization, but recent studies show it predates us. Fossilized leaves of Rosa nutkana were discovered in Colorado and are thought to be 35 million years old. The rose family, or Rosaceae, is found on almost every continent of the world. It's the national emblem of England, the national flower of the United States, and an integral part of literature, poetry, and art. Its familiar contours can be found on everything from wallpaper to china. Up until 10 or 15 years ago, it was next to impossible to purchase antique roses. But I'll never forget the first time I saw them listed in a catalog, which offered bare root specimens to be shipped out just once a year in the autumn. Before I knew it, I was surrounded by some of the best and the oldest. York and Lancaster, Stanwell Perpetual, Wren Victoria, Painted Damask, and Great Maiden's Blush. They're with me still, and I can't imagine my garden without them. Stay with us as we continue the story of the antique rose. We'll take a unique behind-the-scenes look at David Austin roses and meet Michael Marriott, the nursery's top rose expert. And later, I'll show you how to plant and care for antique roses in your garden.